Hey guys, how's it going? Firebox here. It has been almost a week since I released my last solo priest video, and I thought, hey, why not make another one? I had some pretty fun PvP to share. So I do want to just very briefly go over a little bit more of what I think should change in Dungeonborne. The last time I made a video, we talked a little bit about the things that I think need to change for this game to survive, because right now the player base has been dwindling, as people have already seen. This has resulted in some matchmaking being a little bit dead. While you can find classic games and some casual games, I've noticed that there are times where player base is quite lacking. Now, the thing that I want to mention that I think really needs to change specifically is the casual matchmaking, but the ability to bring legendary and maybe even purple gear into this mode. I think similar to how Dark and Darker did a while back, even though there were some issues, I think this game would benefit highly. Up for debate on purples, I'm not really sure on that part, but at the very least, legendary should not be allowed. So if you're not aware what people are doing, right now there are 3 current brackets in classic mode. It was 2, but something changed again over the weekend. They keep changing the gear-based system. It might be based on population of the server, because all my games have been on East. That is definitely a possibility, but as of right now, last I checked, there's 3 different tiers. 0 gear score, greens with a little bit of mixture of blues, purples, and maybe 1 legendary allowed, and then everybody else who has too much gear score. It's not just based on a very specific number, it's a little bit of a mixture of the gear score number and the type of gear you're bringing in. So for example, if you want to get into the middle tier, what people are doing, they're going full green gear and then bringing in a legendary. This could be something like a Gale Flight, which gives you an extreme advantage over other players and results in a not very fun environment where people are using 2+ million gold kits in a mode that quite honestly isn't going to net you more than like 20,000 gold, even if you're getting lucky and doing a lot of looting. It's just not very good right now to loot in casual. I do just want to say again from last video, I still think that loot should be increased in casual mode, especially as we get later into season to help the newer players try to catch up to the seasoned players. Even a month into wipe, because of how strong gear is between set bonuses, legendaries, and uniques, it is quite hard for new players to get into classic mode because you really do need quite good gear at this point. I tried myself running blue gear only in classic. It did not go well. I fought a lot of 30 set bonus players that I felt like I had almost no chance to beat, which quite honestly is just not fun or engaging for anybody. And the problem is I'd love to play casual mode with blue gear, but to be honest, because of how bad drops are in casual, blue gear is kind of over the limit of what I would consider to be good gear for casual, but blue gear is not good enough for classic. So not only do I have no idea where blue gear is supposed to be, there's also this very weird situation where people are bringing in like legendary gear and just trying to farm basically either new players or people just trying to play with low gear, and they're just trying to get any advantage they can. I personally am not interested in bringing legendaries into casual. I think that's just not really in the spirit of the game. So at the very least, I would like to see them banned from casual. I see nothing but benefit here. People with legendaries really do not need to be in casual. And if they want to play here, they don't need to be bringing them risk-free because of the current dice system. Something else I want to talk about, I'd like to see hot zones added to the map. This is something that's going to incentivize PvE and PvP, because the people that want a PvE can stay away from the hot zones, while the people that want to fight players can choose to go for the zone. For example, it could be something like a safe, maybe something that makes a lot of noise, so when you open it, people are alerted and then they're going to come fight you. But this kind of has 2 sides to it, because as a new player, if you see that safe and you know people are there, you can kind of just go and loot across the map, and you'll be safe or less likely to run into players. And it also means that people that want a PvP might be more inclined to go to these areas, meaning that you would see a lot less spawn rushing, which is right now a very big problem in this game. People are just, there's no objectives right now. So people are just ignoring bosses, ignoring mini bosses, because quite honestly, the loot sucks. And they're just going straight for player spawns, sometimes killing players in as little as 30 seconds or less. Very, very big problem in both modes, especially casual for new players. But to be honest, it's kind of a problem in classic too, because I don't think anyone likes dying that fast. So at the very least, if you had hot zones that you were going to for objectives, at the very least, it would feel like you're doing something in the match and not just blindly walking by every mob looking for PvP, because that's right now the best way to make money. But a part of the problem is that there's just no other real good way to make money, because legendaries have been completely watered down due to Qualthos giving them out for free, and the time drops are still a thing for bosses, meaning that legendaries and uniques are still very, very rare from these sources, and with the prices decreasing as much as they are, it's just not even worth the hassle anymore. I already went over this kit last time, so I'm just going to do it really fast. I'm still running the 30-30 fairy kit with the fairy ring that doubles the amount of fairies that you're doing. This results in a pretty good setup with Divine Guidance and Guard. Divine Guidance is going to constantly hit people and heal yourself while sending out fairies, dealing pretty good damage. And then you have your heavy from your sword and your mace. Heavy from the mace also increases your damage. It gives you cold damage, which is quite nice. And it just helps keep people off of you. And of course, we are using the exceptional cloth gloves and exceptional cloth shoes, because these are the best way that I've currently seen to try to get max fairy level, because it gets pretty expensive if you don't have high, at least 6 to 8 on these slots, because then you have to start going for more on the weapons. And right now, orbs, for example, fairy on orbs are very, very pricey. And of course, if you do manage to play this build, make sure you get Stamina, Intelligence, Will, and Faith to at least the first tier. I think this build can work even without Fairy in teams. I think Priest is actually a pretty good class. But as far as solos are concerned, it'd be pretty hard to imagine playing this build without an expensive kit. I think it's just that Priest scales so much better compared to having no gear. It's really a requirement. If you're trying to play Priest with like greens or blues, you are just not going to have a good time. With that said, let's go and get into the rest of the PvP. Hope you enjoyed the video. want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like the video, subscribe for future content, and comment below what your thoughts are. I want to thank Justin Dube, Trash Study, and Pressure for supporting this video, alongside my other members. Thank you all. Have a great day.